Well, good evening, ladies and germs. It, it's time for the Monday Night Mambo. I'm in the mood. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a real good mood. Um, I've had a reasonably good day, totally unproductive by design. I'm puttering around in here, getting my studio organized. I probably should do this one move right here. That is critical to organization. And I just move this table from here to over here. Cubicle. I have my cubicle. I have a table on either side, on the table behind. So I can have plenty of stone close to the table. Because that's what we're gonna do here. I'm on a zero tolerance policy for trolling. I absolutely have nothing to say about my past to anybody. I have some last word captures from A and B on various subjects that I'll be posting in my forum. Otherwise, fuck you. Goodbye. I'm not going to answer restricted block numbers unless the person asks if it's okay from the chat. That's where that's at. I'll take a block number. I understand why you have to block it, but ask me from the chat. Otherwise, fuck you. I'm not picking up the phone. So, I'm just doing my usual thing, cruising back and forth between various social network sites, and things back and forth. Checking my email occasionally. Did I respond to this? Shit. I don't think so. Well, I think I did. Yeah, I did. I didn't send anything to Joe, though. I mean, that okay. What's going on? At Twitter, it's the usual. Zionists against anti-Zionists. What's a heinous lie, and I know it. Prove me wrong. Somebody's challenging me. I, I posted a um, one of my viewers. Hi, Hugh. Happy day. Thanks for coming back. Hello, Israel. I'm sure you had fun. I was telling Rich he can't be here tonight because he's just stepping into a meeting. But here's what I just told him, and I'll tell you the same thing. Why? Because I won't tolerate you gaslighting me. That's why. I'm gonna, and as soon as I can ban you from this shit, I'm gonna. You can try and call if you like, and I'll just record it as more evidence of you gaslighting me. Whatever's your pleasure, fool. But you're not gonna gaslight me in my forum. None of you are. I don't have anything to tell you in particular. I don't know what your motivation is in following me. Ask me questions. There are certain, ask me questions. Yeah, I have a forum. I'll give you the. I haven't learned how to use the controls yet properly, so it's kind of overrun with trolls sometimes. Yeah, I'm going to get that. I'll get that in a minute. Yeah, here's what I told Rich. He's the one that told me to call Michelle, and there's like I said, I don't know if you were watching, but I had to bail out. She indulges the trolls too much. He said, no worries. Because I won't waste the energy on them. I've paid my dues to that for years, for fucking years, too many years. I have an audience that wants to hear my music and stories and not hear me fight off trolls. There are people that want to discuss religion and politics sensibly and sanely. I got zero tolerance. I won't even answer the block numbers unless somebody asks me from the chat if it's okay to call. That's where we're at, man. What questions are very important? Let's get real. I don't know. She sure wasn't hearing me. She's just talking right over me. I can't handle that. I don't like giving lectures, and I don't have like getting pushed aside and having people. All of what? All of what, man? None of it does. None of the things you're saying about me do. That's for damn sure. It doesn't. So this is the kind of shit that I won't tolerate. If I got controls, I'm going to bounce that kind of crap. But I have no control, so the best I could do is ignore it. None of the questions about my past are of any import to anybody except your program to harm me. And really, you want to go there, I'm going to start ignoring you too. So let's see why Mario Obama's trending. What are the right wingers? Yeah, drinks wine, flaunts black swimsuit during Miami pool party. So fucking what? Jenna and her sister, what was the other one's name? Barbara, used to go to bars with fake IDs and thinking and a string of Secret Service agents in tow, thinking they were going to get let in. And they were at a coke party one time where cops came in the front door and the agents hustled them out the back door. So don't start shit like that about. Yeah, come on. That's just fucking right wingers being stupid. What else we got in the trending? What's trending? What's important to these people? Rogers or Dodgers? Funny tinge. Are we talking about? Twitler's skin color? Well, funny tinge. Funny tinge is when you use fake suntan oil. I don't know what this Angela Smith. There's British shit. I don't want. I don't even want to. No British shit, please. Lute Olson. Is this a sports star? Get a lot of those trending. Minor stroke. Oh, coach. He's a coach. Hall of Famer, national title in 1997, Arizona. So he's a UA coach. Okay, so that's local news. Jessica Jones, who cares? Visible women. What do we got here? Got National Drink Wine Day today. That's some comic book stuff. Visible women. And what else we got? National Wine Day. The Jonas Brothers. Who are the Jonas Brothers? More sports stars? No, performers. And some rumor about them having a. And I guess it's President's Day today. And I saw yesterday people thinking ahead toward it, thinking, how am I gonna honor all the presidents that I like and the one that I don't like to currently sitting in the office. Boozy as a football player. Let's see some of the divisiveness in this one. I'm sure this is going to be. Yeah, so there's people wishing Obama happy President's Day. Let's see what kind of comments they're getting. I am the Sun. He's going to probably be fun to read. Here's MAGA. Oh, Chicago idiot. Cubs, baseball, and birds and music. He's got some following. Maybe I'll fuck with him a little bit. How to run like a girl, he says. Let's see what he said that I can tease him about. Who glamorized? This is a millennial. This is a mad millennial. Who glamorized drugs in the first place to cause all this addiction? That's right, you liberal baby boomers in the 60s. We wouldn't need to stem the flow of drugs across our border if your ilk wouldn't have brainwashed everyone to begin with. Responsibility. Well, I don't know. The drugs were there. LSD was introduced in the 60s, and there have been a lot of pharmaceuticals introduced since then. A bunch of drugs were there. And covert elements, clandestine government operatives have always been kind of like right there doing the trafficking. Every mass shooting, hate crime done by a white person does not equate to a right-wing attack. That's a racist statement. The person is a psychopath, period. It would be crazy to find out they were liberals. Then what? Well, they weren't. Not COPD. That's medicinal marijuana. I'm working on my mucus flow in my upper respiratory system. Okay, here's my answer to this lady. Every single terrorist attack in the U.S. in 2018 was committed by white nationalists. Many of them homeschooled, many of them on psych drugs, and many of them with prior warnings that went without proper response from authorities. We have a problem here you're denying. You can't tell me that white nationalists, we got a problem with it. Well, yeah, that's a big part of it too. That was the 80s. That was more the 80s. Now, I don't know Nixon. Well, Bush in the 70s was over in Southeast Asia putting together a heroin deal. The 80s was when they did Contragate, when they were going to trade guns for drugs, and that's actually been a part of it straight along. Is that when the arms industry is when the government is using clandestine operatives to arm an insurgency or a dictatorship, they very often don't have any hard currency to pay for the weapons. So they're paying in botanical, psychotropic agricultural products, and they're paying in gemstones or gold if they can find, if they can hustle it up. They don't have any cash to buy guns with. Uh, I don't know about that, but I have seen that. I doubt that. Um, there's a certain amount of heroin that is produced in places like the Bekaa Valley, and it's quite possible that it's easier to hump it in out of Afghanistan toward Israel than to the west, to the east, and try and export it into the West Coast. I'm sure that's much easier for them. I did see that someone said that 75% of the world's MMDA is being produced in Israel. they have a real serious problem with sex slaving that the government's admitted to. They have a real serious problem with organ lending that the government may be implicated in. What else? Sex, drugs, rock and roll. There were like 12 of them busted in Colombia. They were doing they do this thing, they do sex tourism and transplant tourism. They were out there in Colombia. They'd have like big business meetings and be providing minor women to the guys that were really there, that were there for the for the conference. They were giving them sex toys. And if you think that's praising for Israel, you're like, you need your moral compass calibrated. I'm here. I'm on. I'm probably gonna stay on. I'm just in my studio. I'll be playing music and moving some stone around and trying, I'm here live. That's not, I'm going to be doing this a lot. Be live. This is what I've been working toward on the internet since 1999. Daily, daily. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you on camera sometime. Well, nearly daily. I'd be lying if I said that. I haven't been doing it properly every day, but I do it several times a week. Somebody has to do it. No, I wasn't. I was referring to smudging, the smudging ceremony, the sending up smoke, sending your prayers up in smoke to the four directions is what I was referring to. No, I'm here in my studio. I'm mainly going to be just playing music and messing with the stones tonight. If anybody wants to talk shit, I'm going to ignore them. If anybody wants to ask straight up questions and say something interesting, I'll be glad to engage. I'm an unorthodox Jew. I'm sure that I can find things that I first of all I use the Hebrew prayer for that, and I probably what's going to evolve is that I'm going to be just working that into the prayer service at a particular point and be generally sticking to the prayer service. Mostly just sage. If I have at least, like I said, I should be doing it daily or several times a day. Really, it's the more observant a person is of any traditional path, the more often they pray. The Orthodox Jews have three distinct high clouds act. Oh, yay, Kenny. Got a couple that might need tossing. I haven't seen them making too much noise. Thanks for showing up. The Orthodox Jews pray 3 times a day, morning, noon, and sunset. The Orthodox Muslims are at it 5 times a day, and I'm not sure about some of the others, but it's more than once. Like Catholics will, do a morning mass for sure. A lot of them go every morning to mass before they go off to work. Well, first of all, let me say that Zionism is ancient, that it's just the current iteration of imperialism that's manipulated religious masses forever. There's a lot of authors that think it's the same people throughout time, their families, their descendants. And I've certainly been able to chart the actions of the Rothschild Morgan New World Order cartel since the 1400s, since Columbus. Those guys and Rockefeller, the Borgias, and the Medicis, and the Italians. There's a bunch of it's the European elite. The feudal lords. That really run the show and have. There's some people from some Flemish and Swiss involved, and old French families like the DuPonts. I have I've been leaving a mess all over the internet for the past 20 years. That's what I've been doing. And I have a title for the book. It's called Survival of the Funniest, or They Kill the Clowns in America Online. I mean, that's America spelled with 3 Ks. And someday somebody will help me get it all together and put it in order. It's little by little, it's coming together. The new forum. This is the first time. The new forum is the first time I've had my own forum. That it's like I'm in control here, and I'm rarely even in a place where there's a level playing field. They've managed to make the playing field, to tilt the playing field here on me. I don't have any fucking controls. Like I said, it's first of all, I'm as far as my writing, I'm more of a journalist and rarely write more than a few pages about anything. Never have. I'm not. I'm right there. That's it. I'm good for maybe 5 pages, and that's it. Focused. So let's see what's going on. Otherwise, I'm gonna play a little bit. I know people like the music. I'm not ready to pull out. I probably should pull out the horn. Well, this is my answer to the standard issue. One of the standard Hasbro talking points. This is one of the things that's like true and enduring about Judaism that Zionism is trying to obliterate. Here's an Israel sympathizer. When she wasn't, yeah, she was. They're all trying to respond to me. This woman's trying to tell me poppycock. Okay, let's back up to where this started. We got shit. And as usual, James Anderson got me into this one. So we have a Zionist who's giving his name in both Hebrew and Arabic, supports his name is Saif Gideon, or Saif Gideon. His name was probably like Stash Barakowski before they moved to Israel. Support self-determination for Jews in their indigenous ancestral homeland. That's just a bunch of poppycock. Research history, religion, and Islamic colonialism. Anti-hypocrisy. Truth matters. Yeehaw. So here Chuckles come in. Palestine isn't in the New Testament. Jesus was born in the land of Judah, land of Israel in Matthew, preached throughout the land of the Jews or Judea. Paul preached gospel throughout the region of Judea. You are blinded by hate. So here comes James. What's your point here? This is what brings me into these. Is I'm following James and his comments going to my viewer, and I have to go and answer his questions. What's your point here? Do you really feel like these writings somehow now, 3,000 years later, give a bunch of European Gentiles and Goyim converts the right to commit ethnic cleansing and genocide of the Palestinians? Where in your scripture does it allow murdering? Nowhere. Deuteronomy 20, this is me. Deuteronomy 20 explicitly forbids the destruction of fruit trees in times of war. More than 800,000 have been destroyed since 1967. They terrorize the growers at harvest time, which is flying in the face of the core principle of the faith, which is which is hateful to you, do not do to another. That is the law. The rest is commentary. Now go and learn. Zionists are just crappy neighbors. So then I added Miko Pelled's talk on freedom and justice, the keys to peace in Palestine and Israel. And I said these words took my breath away. It was like the climax and it wasn't even the climax. It was just one moment. There was about 6 minutes in there where it was like, whoa, dog. These words took my breath away. Anybody who supports racism, anybody who supports violence should feel that shame. If your God doesn't roar, not in my name, about the Zionist project in occupied Palestine, I really do believe you need your moral compasses calibrated. So she's coming and says, poppycock, Zionism isn't racist. There are 2 million non-Jewish citizens of Israel with full rights. Bullshit about that one. What about the 50 Muslim countries in the world, many of whom have kicked out all the Jews and are working to get rid of all the Christians? That's how my response, balderdash. There are many places where non-Jewish citizens of the Zionist project in occupied Palestine cannot own or lease property. There are dozens of discriminatory laws, and nation-state law is nothing but racist. And here is the here's the link to the site that lists all the racist laws. Let's get a little more light. It's getting kind of dark. I think I want to move another piece of furniture around, maybe. Or do I? Yeah, I do other things. Get them out of the way. Want to do this over here. If anybody wants to see stalls, here it is. Oh wait, here we is. We got the stall. This show was really actually real validating for me. A lot of people were impressed with my presentation, my variety of stone, the quality of the stone, the prices. Any trolls in the chat are gonna have to convince me that they're really the person that they're saying they are before I'll even acknowledge their presence. Kenny, keep an eye on the one that just the last person to say anything. I'll let you know when to bounce him. So like I said, I think I'm gonna play for a little bit. You need to convince me, pal. You gotta say something that only Chicken Man would know about, not anything any of these trolls would know about. Something that's just between me and him. Like Woodstock's dog's name. Nah, don't feel like it. I feel like blowing a little bit. Why don't you go blow Nomad? I thank you, Jonathan Jeeves. I appreciate that. I'm actually, I think, I think I'm a lot more proficient with the recorder. I had to, between, it's from 1982 until today. I've had trouble holding on to saxophones because they turn into drugs real easily, and they get stolen. I think the count is about 8 or 9 by now. Hi, Francisco. How you doing tonight? Yeah, bounce that clown, Kenny. It's not. That's not Chicken Man. I don't know where to go with that. Oh yeah, most of the tunes I know on the saxophone I can do on the recorder too. Or I do the mash tune. I think I can get the mash tune out of this thing. I think I did it the other night. And the one I like to play for people who bring kids around is this one. Let's see who recognizes it. Got tonight's prize goes to whoever names this song first. No, I see you got to name it. And that one I usually do in a medley with this one. Or something like that. Yeah, bounce that one, Kenny. He's out of here. Are you still here? I need to refill my mug. Actually, I'm thinking if I'm too bored tonight, I'm gonna just shut it off because I don't get any of my housework done or anything. Okay, so we got a big 11 viewers here tonight. Let's see what's happening out on the networks. It's still early, so I don't have to worry about the horn for a few hours. Oh, she's persistent. Yeah, it's all the whining, it's they're the perennial victim. Welcome Is that why there were a series of pogroms and slaughters over the last 1,400 years? They were dhimmis, and 850,000 Jews kicked out of Mina, losing all their possessions after World War II. After World War II, you can blame that entirely on the Zionists. That was totally in response to what they did to the Palestinians in Palestine. And there was Zionist terrorism that was aimed at Jewish synagogues and shit. The Baghdad bombings, there were a couple of incidents in Morocco where the Zionists were trying to scare the Middle Easterners into running. And then a lot of them left on their own because they wanted to, because, oh boy, there's a Jewish state, we'll go there. But so, you know, this is bullshit. The there were not many attacks before 1840, and the militant nationalists started showing up, and they were minor. There really wasn't that much. They were nowhere near what the kind of slaughter the Jews experienced in Europe. Nowhere near that. You know, they were kicked out of 100 countries in Europe. my family survived pogroms. My great grandfather, my paternal great grandfather was the sole survivor of one in Romania. In the Middle East, this was where all the, you know, the golden age, the medieval Jewish sages like Joseph Caro and Mendoza and Maimonides and Nachmanides. All these people were living in Muslim countries, and the Jewish intelligentsia has always opposed the creation of a Jewish state. Nobody's going to argue that Palestine is not the ancestral land of the Jews, and the Jews should be welcome to live there. What the argument is the Jews have no right by any law, international law or Torah law, to do what they're doing in Palestine. That's my point. That's just the whole point. Jews are supposed to be there, but we're not supposed to be trying to run the show. Oh, Jesus. Ken, are you still here? Where'd you go, man? Oh, shit. We're getting overrun. We are getting overrun. That's that asshole. How in the fuck is this clown able to post on my channel when I've got him blocked? This is what I want to know. I got him blocked. YouTube absolutely refuses to take down this imposter account of his. This is just incredible. Just incredible. Yeah, because you're fucking criminals. You're criminals using criminal controls. Since there's nobody here to bounce you and I have no controls, I'm going to cut this off. Good night. I'm going to just go to your channel and complain, and I can't do it while the thing is running. So anything more you'd like to say, motherfucker? I'm serious. You're not going to trigger me. If there's anybody else, I'm gonna any second now. I'm gonna let it run for a little while longer and let you expose yourself to the complaint, so that there will be plenty of remarks from you when I complain about your channel harassing me on the site. Yeah, she bailed out. You accused Israel of Nazism. Conforming to Hebrew law is not the point. Yes, it is. Israel is a modern democracy with religious freedom and political freedom. It isn't a theocracy. It isn't anywhere at all similar to National Socialism. You're strange. And my response to that is that's a load of hogwash, madam. It's an industrial fascist oligarchy controlled by less than 20 families. Policies, programs, and procedures of the Zionist project in occupied Palestine violate all the core principles of the Hebrew faith. Show me where the Torah condones mass murder by Jews. I guess. Oh, well, I guess it does. Oops. Well, we're not supposed to do it now. That was then. um, it's only the last few minutes. I've been nailing trolls. Nobody's getting a big hold in it. Yeah, I don't see anything. Let's see what's going on right now. Let's refresh the page. No, no, I got it under control. Nobody's getting out of hand. Um, and no, they're not. What I need to do is disable guest posting privileges. I need to figure out how to. I asked Joe for a half hour of his time to help me figure it out. I need to figure out how to make people mods and how to disable the guest. I don't want guests just starting threads. It's bad enough if we let them make comments. I certainly don't want trolls coming in and flooding it with 20 shit posts. If they get shit post comments and take their chances. I don't know if you notice. It's like if you can be amusing, you can troll. You start getting insulting and start attacking me about ridiculous distortions of my past. You're gone, blocked, gone. This woman is totally nuts. I'm gonna have to block her any minute. Shoban got in her face. Shoban's Irish. I think she's Irish Jewish, and she is an archaeologist. On top of that, um, here's people. This is people that are confronting her for arguing with me. There's somebody asked her, Gene, why do you continue to deny Israel's immoral, illegal, inhumane occupation when you know well it's true? Haggai al-Ad will tell you if you'll only listen. Israel Rights Group Chief slams occupation at UN 2018. I don't know who he is, but there's a speech from him on there. And here's Jovan. Gene, check what the history is USA before you cross that line. USA starved Jews off her shores. Then they turned away Jews such as Anne Frank. Then check USA history of genocide of Native Americans, then involvement in other countries, Chile, but back before judging others. This is because America was a Zionist entity before Israel was created. So let me finish this. Okay, well, here's my answer to. She's also ashamed of America. Did not do more for Jews and for Native Americans. Do more for them. Do to them. Do to them. America is also a fascist oligarchy. Always has been. This is the it's a masquerade. The Democratic Republic shit. Total masquerade. Always has been. But I wasn't around when it happened. No, you're living in the middle of it now. You're probably wearing a MAGA hat too. Terrorism and the horrors of the religion are pieces are presently taking place. That didn't make any sense. And I stand with Israel. I'm Yisrael Chai. I'm a squirrel. I'm a squirrel. I'm a squirrel high. I'm a squirrel. I'm a squirrel. I'm a squirrel high. I'm a squirrel. I'm a squirrel. I'm a squirrel high. So here's I'm saying to her, you stand with fascist terrorists calling themselves Jews. 295 unarmed civilians were executed without trial in 2018 for attempting to trespass land their grandparents were exiled from. 29,000 were maimed, and you support that. There's nothing properly Jewish about that position. Well, you got to be really terse. And I'm thinking up tips for you know serious writers and tweeting. I'm thinking of this. You got to be really terse at 240 characters if you're going to say anything besides a simple insult. Well, here's somebody thanking me for the article about Rudolph Kastner from the United States Holocaust Museum. It's a little more objective. I mean, it doesn't like really totally slam him, but it tells the truth about what he did. Which was basically trade 1,600 wealthy Jews that they got out on buses through Switzerland for 800,000 that they sent in cattle cars to Auschwitz and shit. Oh, well, here NASA. She's such a sweetheart. She asked this guy who was trying to school this woman. He says, Sean, why are you trying to make Jane become a human being? And he says, I'm hoping that someday she will help the weak, suffering people of the world instead of siding with the strong and immoral. Sean, I admire your patience. God bless you. And Noxa Rock, whom are you talking to as friends who say only the one thing wrong with Hitler is he didn't finish the job? She laughed. I hope one day you come to know what is truth and stop believing lies. You're wrong with terrorists, Mr. Breathnot. Why would they would do to you what they did to Aragoni? I'm gonna run out of patience with that one. She's just a babbler. Oh, a Christian babbler. Now she's accusing me of not being Jewish. Actually, she's questioning my Jewishness. I make no excuses for the horrors of anti-Semitism in Europe. As a Christian, I'm aghast at what people calling themselves Christians did to the Jews. Shameful, but your culture, I do not believe you are Jewish, actually has anti-Semitism in its holy book. Pure hate. We got better. And I said to her, I'm a Kohen who was educated by a prominent anti-Zionist rabbi in the 60s and have stood against industrial fascism since the JFK assassination. You got to be simple with these people. What the Zionist project in occupied Palestine is doing is forbidden in the Torah. And if you want me to start quoting chapters and verses, go look at Deuteronomy 21 about the olive trees. 800,000 have been destroyed since 1967 in the West Bank, and it's strictly forbidden in Deuteronomy 20. That's just for starters. I don't know how much of this thing would take. I could feel my throat getting raw. Yeah, I guess this Jane, what's her name? Jean Engel is our Zionist apologist for the evening. This morning they were all like, "What's going on here?" There's all of a sudden there's a fresh batch of Zionists. It's like this happens every week, because they don't. She's really pressing. You know, she's doing this the standard issue Zionist crap. Deflect, and then when you can't, you're not getting anywhere with that, and then start insulting. So, but I have the proof at my fingertips of what I'm saying, and she's got nothing but her fucking opinion. If anybody wants to see this shit, here's the link. I've been doing this longer. I've been doing this longer than a lot of these people have been alive. I mean, I get jumped by kids all the time. Most of the Kiwi farmers are just children. They can't come up with anything stronger than pedophile dog fucker, and they got no argument to support it. It's a bunch of fucking perverted denial, projections of denial of their own self-loathing. My shit. It's not what I wanted. Here we go. I haven't even looked at the reports. I just got on the board and looked for things that I didn't post and responded to them. And took out I banned all the users and deleted all their threads that were shit posts. There's a really interesting thread at Twitter about it's the battle royale between the Palestinian supporters and the Zionists. And oh boy, and this woman's a Christian Zionist. Who knows where she is? I'm gonna run out of patience with her any minute. This is a real handy. This one usually stops them cold. When they try to tell me don't know they're just not fascist. This one stops them cold. You did try to join the forum, said there was an error? Huh. Wow, I wonder why. It should not it should be open. "28 reported posts." I do believe this does not. Yeah, it's all been deleted. That's all been deleted. They've all been blocked and banned. Nobody's posted anything since I have. What I'd like to know is why. Uh, why would somebody please try to register and take screenshots if it tells you that you can't? Now, let me see what's going on. What's this? What's this bullshit? Take a feedback survey about CVS and claim a mystery offer below. Who wants to bet? I don't get jack shit unless I go for some offer. Oh, claim a mystery offer. What the fuck do I care? I'm not. Yeah, whoopee. So I tell you what my opinion is about CVS, and you're going to offer to sell me something. I think not. That's called block. Spam. No more. My block list grows daily. Fidelity Life Insurance. Goodbye. They're always trying to like turn me on to mail order brides and erectile dysfunction aids and all kinds of weird shit. That's like, no, that's not for me. Thanks. One of the local musicians. I want to shout out to Mikey Fabian, who has successfully completed his first round of chemo, dealing with, I think it's skin cancer. I don't think it's an internal thing he's got a problem with. I think it was skin cancer, maybe throat. I don't know. Throat's real common. I'm starting to concern myself with that, with my inability to stop smoking tobacco. I take pretty good care of my lungs, other than other than smoking it, and I'm careful about how deeply I hold it. How deeply I take it in. Even a lot of times I just let it burn, and not even inhale it. Just not even hit it. Sometimes just let it burn. A couple, three puffs will satisfy my nicotine craving. Yeah, you're done. You're done. Yeah, she just, she reacted to the Zionist shit. I mean, to the Rothschild thing, right? With the standard, oh, the Rothschilds. Let's start hitting all the anti-Semitic tropes. Why don't we? Don't you have something to say concerning Khazars too? Pissant. Yeah, I got to say concerning both of them, but not to you. uh, the response was to her was, "You're done. I don't expose myself to brainwash true believers. Best of luck to you on the last day when you have to convince Hashem not to rain fire on this apostate Zionist state." So that's what's going on. It's blasphemy. It's totally forbidden. Everything they do to the Palestinians is completely forbidden in the Torah. It is the Jewish homeland. Early Zionists wanted to create a Jewish homeland, but in a state that was equally shared with the Palestinians, not a separate Jewish state. This is something that's not proper within the Hebrew faith, within Torah law and commentary on it. It's not proper, and it needs to end. Miko Peled is talking about BDS. That they had to convince the white people in South Africa that what they were doing was wrong, and that was, they hit them right in their pocketbook. And the same thing has to be done to the Zionists. Ha 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 ha. Somebody wants Josh Moon's telephone number. Um, Somebody wants to fuck with Josh Moon tonight. Is there anybody here object to that? Nothing. It was quiet. Nobody's posted anything. My last post there was somebody just, yeah. My last post there was uh-oh. Something might be wrong. Yeah, something's wrong. We have somebody using my profile. Thank you. The controls for this is real good though, because like block member, where's delete all the messages. I get rid of everything you put down real quick. There's a couple of questionable members in there. I really need some help figuring out those controls. I mean, to make people mods and oh shit, that didn't take out the fucking posts. The posts are still there. The member's gone. I'm gonna have to take these out all of them individually. I thought there was a delete all. Now I'm gonna have to go through there and get them all. Shit. Later. Let's see how bad a mess he made. Looks like just shit posted. I don't see him like doing anything but saying stupid shit. I don't see mean and stupid yet. Yeah. There's this stupid. I don't see mean and stupid. If you see anything mean and stupid, let me know. I don't mind, somebody who's amusing. What I mind is somebody who's mean and stupid. Amusingly stupid is shit that I do. I try. I try to get stupid now and then just for fun. But there's nothing more stupid than the Dunning-Kruger effect victim who is acting on lies. He believes lies and he's acting on them. It's like a self-induced mental retardation. Time for a nice scooter with a hash worm in it. Started from the end. One end doesn't have the whole worm. So what do we got going on in the chat right now? Yeah, don't even bother reporting them. I'll see them. I haven't figured out any of it. I'm trying to get somebody who knows how to do it to give me a session. I haven't been able to. I'm not getting any response from the help forum, and I haven't got a response from Joe. I asked him to help me. Make sure I sent it. Yeah, I did. Yeah, you don't even bother reporting them. Just let me know directly, because I don't check that shit at all. I'll either see it or somebody will tip me to it. Is how we're gonna play that until it's not that bad yet. One of them will show up and shit post a little bit, and if we stay on top of it, I have it. I usually see it. I'm checking it every few hours, no matter how busy I am. Mr. Ineptitude. She's got to get the last word too. I said bye, Felicia, and she said bye, Mr. Ineptitude. So naturally, I came back to let her know I wasn't male, and I'm gonna get the Lord Rothschild brag on how his family created Israel. Don't say, oh, that's the anti-Semitic trope. The motherfucker put it together himself, pretty much themselves. It's as early as 1820 or the 1820s, there were newspaper ads clearly expressing the Rothschild designs on Palestine. It is a settler colonial project. The resurrection of the Hebrew faith, the Hebrew language was all they're doing. Come on. I'm sorry. They've been purchasing land in Palestine since the mid 19th century. Listen, as anti-Zionist conspiracy theory. Yeah, this guy. Zionism is statehood. We are sick of the war you filth have unleashed against us for the past 100 years. That's a bunch of shit. They came in there shooting. We know our history. We're a 3,000-year-old history. And you lie about the whole middle part. You're Khazarian barbarians. We have courage now. We love our land and our people more than you hate us for surviving. Life in Israel is why we live. And it's like, you've been taught nothing but lies, sir, and you're so badly indoctrinated. I'm not even going to attempt to school you in what is true and enduring about the nation of Israel and what is blasphemous about the state exploiting the name of my revered ancestor. I'll give him another chance to respond, and then I'll give him the blessing and block him. I just know I got no tolerance for any of it. She's done. I'm not gonna spend the energy dealing with a metabolism with an adrenaline rush with these people, trying to respond to them with what the Holy Spirit's filling my head with to tell them. Excuse me. I'm having more fun kicking back here and seeing what's going on in the chatter. Yeah. Let's see if I can figure this out while we got you here. What is a moderator and how do I assign them to a forum? Okay. For a member to be assigned as a moderator, they will first need to be placed inside a moderator member group. How do we create this moderator member group? Or I think it's already created. I have to add members to it. Each member can be placed into a separate member group, and each member group can be assigned different powers on your form as mentioned above. To assign a member into a member group, visit the profile of the member. Okay, we go to Kenny's profile. All righty, we're there. Oh shit. On the next page, a modified profile. Click the modified profile link. There isn't a modified profile link. I think that's the problem here. I think something's changed since the last time. There's an edit profile link. Personal, social, that's your own staff options. Well, it says custom title. Let's call you a moderator and see what happens. This member is in no groups, manage groups. Oh, cool. I think we just got it. I think we just found it. Beautiful. Add this member to the group moderator. Now, global moderator is a step over moderator. I'll make Joe the global moderator. Okay, we got it. We got it going on. Has anybody tried to register? Like Kenny, even you Try to register a new account and let me know what happens, and take pictures if it fails. Okay, we now have moderators. I think that Hugh said he filled out the form and it failed to upload. I think is what he said. That could be too. That could be too. So I'm gonna, who do we got here tonight? Who wants to, I'm either playing music or reading something from the web. I'm gonna play a little bit. I'm gonna pull out the horn. I know people want to hear the sax. While I'm talking, while I'm playing on the horn, you guys let me know what you want me to talk about the next time I take a break from playing music. Uh-oh. Well, I haven't figured out how to do that. I thought I got all those categories, but how they I don't know how to open them up and make them open for posting. That's the other thing I got to figure out. Also have to figure out how to disable guest posting privileges. How to make new forums, new sub forums. I thought I was doing that, and then you can't post. There's nothing you can post in them. I don't know how I did that. I did not. I don't know what happened. I need to see the instructions. Wrong direction. Took a wrong turn there. Oops. This is about like where you want to go. Take it away, guys. I feel like I'm running off the mouth if I do too much with stuff like that. Huh. Maybe the permissions aren't enough. What? Take a shot. What's happening? Doesn't it give you permissions? Do I have to make people administrators? Like, how do I make sure I maintain control? Nobody's getting on the same tier as me. Huh. I'm gonna try it now. No, I really don't care. It's the usual Monday night shit. Monday night gets pretty wild with the Zionists. Get a whole fresh batch of them on Sunday and Monday. This is pretty seriously. Yeah, all usual. This is hardly proof either. Even the fucking Wikipedia. Even the fucking Wikipedia. Yeah, these guys, these people, the Wikipedia, which is fucking notorious for being biased towards Zionism. This, this guy's trying to tell me that, you know, here, it's like, this was from earlier. Dude's trying to tell me, produce video artifacts or any other evidence. You should know that drooling lies do not count as evidence. In the meantime, I try to tell him. In fact, you know, here's an asshole posted the picture of the blank walls of somebody sitting looking at blank white walls, saying the National Museum of Palestinian History. When the fact of the matter is that the Zionist state has been like erasing the Palestinian presence as best they possibly can. They destroyed a lot of records. They got a lot of shit hidden in archives they won't let out. And I said the fact of the matter is there are over 12,000 dig sites in Palestine that support the Palestinian narrative, scant little that supports Zionist fairy tales. No stone has ever been found from either temple or any trace of the desert wandering, ever, anywhere, nobody. And they've been looking for a long time. But they don't reject it all. I've got two links here. I think I put them in the chat before. So here he tells me to produce evidence, and I did. And I said, it's your turn. Show me some proof that modern Palestinians are not mostly descendants of people who've been there straight along. Show also proof that Israel is the only group indigenous to the Levant, and what Torah law condones what the Zionist Project does in occupied Palestine. Check their names. Also, Arabs only had to show residency for 2 years prior to 1948 to be considered a refugee. Hardly a shining example of being indigenous. Yeah, like people that came back after 2,000 years and interbreeding with Europeans and not acting like Jews. So I told that's hardly any proof of anything. So this is my response to him is that this is hardly no. Let me get the link. This is hardly any proof of anything either. Actually, I'm going to change that to save some characters here. That's one of my writer tips. And something that I picked up from Chunk and White. Moments of style. Just say things in as few words and small words as possible. Pack as much meaning into as few words. You know, leave out like a lot of modifying words and just use compact sentences and compact paragraphs. And you have to with only 240 characters to work with. So here's my answer. This is no proof of anything either. The Stinking Ziopedia even says the Palestinians are descended of people native to the Levant. Those are all Levantine names. Some of them are just from outside what is currently recognized as Palestine. And this one's probably got one more chance before I say, okay, goodbye. Yeah, and here's Greyhawk. You know, we're both 64 years old, and these are children who have been raised on lies delivered to them over digital instruments when both of us are studied. And he's saying he majored in history and comparative religion. I only had that like as a side topic and religious schooling when I was young. My actual training's in biochemistry and zoology. But in 10 years, I've been totally immersed in research on the history, the recent history, last couple of 100 years, the what's gone down in the world since Columbus brought a bunch of Zionists to North America for the first time. Yeah, right. Here's Greyhawk. The guy's showing Titus's Arch with some with a photograph of some people carrying off some artifacts, and probably there's some inscriptions talking about it. And he's like, Titus's Arch is not proof of a temple, but do keep playing. There's no stone has ever been found, not one. There are some references to it, and oh, cool. I guess what kind of permissions do the moderators have if they can't delete? Could you ban a member on the moderator account? Sorry about that. I know you want to see my beautiful face. Can you ban? So what's happening, Bob Dog? How are you tonight? And like I said, anybody here, basically I'm just here. I'm almost in the mood to go look at the AM beasts and the kiwi farmers for a minute, see what nonsense they're screaming. They're trying to like really hammer me about like me being a child rapist, and it's just not real. I'm sorry. And I've gotten to where I'm taking I'm taking last words and screenshots, and then just from now on I won't say anything. I'll just put that in their face when they bring it up. So let's see what the idiots are about right now. I'm not gonna waste my time with that shit. That's I'm done with. They want to talk about. And there's an old thread I thought got bumped recently, and they sucked me into it. I don't know why I waste my time with these people. I'm gonna waste less of it. Okay, we're out of there. Okay, it's time for See what other stupid shit is here. I don't want to waste any time here. And what I've noticed in kiwi farms is that they're like real redundant. This is really sad, sad, sad. It must really suck to be what these people are. Who made the bet? Yeah, I'm not gonna read any of this shit out loud. Max has the registration open. That's stupid. Close that shit. Anybody here got anything on their mind? Oh yeah, I could go on for hours. I'm just at my desk. How you doing, Huel? Try registering for the forum again. No, I spend, this is my studio, and real well. This is my studio. I'm just like here. That and, I just was had everything all packed up for the Gem and Mineral shows, and they just ended Sunday. So I'm getting settled back into my studio. Right here is where I work on stone. Trays of stone. Light's kind of shitty. Let me get some more light. Get all the lights on so we can see what's going on in my studio. Graph is, I'm a multidisciplined artist who, let me get back here. And more light, you can see what's going on the table better, which is just a pile of trays right now. I need to get organized. Any particular stones you're like really into? I got like, I don't know. I haven't counted how many trays. they fill two containers. I can't carry them all in one container anymore. You know, it's such a fun business. I was actually an aquarist when I was younger. I'm about my education's in biochemistry and zoology. But it never worked out. What I wanted to do never happened. Well, I can give you a real good price. I got me a whole tray full of that stuff right here. Most of it's not finished all the way out. I have some that's like up to high luster and some big stones. I have some big stones. These guys they can take more polish, and some of them are pretty good size. These aren't the biggest ones, and they also aren't the highest grade. And it's a good shape for if you make bezel cups. Hey, happy day, Louis. Shalom to you too. Let me think if I could. I know where. Yeah, I do know where those are. Where's my box? This is kind of something that has to be done anyway. I need to get the stones in here better like put away. And this is pretty much where my stacks of like lapis. This is a piece that I've been working on for a few years actually. On a lizard on the rocks. Someone was asking about black tourmaline earlier. I got a whole mess of that. Oh, nice terminated ones too. I've never. Moldavite has some pretty potent transformational powers on people. It's supposed to be a pretty potent dream stone. Oh shit, what'd I do with all those? Okay, I don't know what I do with the big lapis pieces. Seems like what did I do with them? I didn't pack them in there. I had this thing with nothing but crystals in it. I repacked it after the show. I had it emptied out. I'm not sure what I did with the big lapis caps, but there's nothing but crystals in here right now. Oh, I think I remember what I do. Yeah, here they are. Conveniently with the fire agates. I have some pretty good sized ones. This one's got an outrageous finish on it. None of the others are quite up to this finish that this one has. Let's see if I can get some decent light on it. A little better. You can see the shine on it. And I got some bigger ones. These guys were kind of cool. They had this one's got the luster. I can get any of them up to the luster if people are willing to pay the price I asked. Something tells me pollen count is up a little bit today. It's that time of year again. Shit. Guys, people want to try and tell me I got COPD when I've been dealing with dust and pollen allergies all my life. When I get this kind of a warning, this kind of a scratchy throat and full nose, it's like, okay, we're having histamine reactions today. It ain't just a whole mess of particulate in the air. So we go for the Benadryls. And I usually take 2 25-milligram ones. You know, there's people that there's projections of denial of their own self-loathing. They're completely in denial of, hippies have a saying, judge not because thou art also a fuck up. And these people are just projecting themselves at me. They don't things that they don't admit about themselves. They're projecting onto me. I'm not buying it. I'm not going to engage it. I'm through with that shit. Next, we go for this stuff. Flonase. How's that hold now? Okay, we're good. Last is the inhaler. This is menthol and eucalyptus and camphor. Yeah, the cough you hear is all from here to here. My lungs are good. I couldn't play a horn if I had COPD. Yes, Mr. Ziggy. I do both. It's still all packed up. You'll see, because I do that on camera. I'll be sitting here with my stones just hanging out. I use I hand sand things, and I use no, I didn't. Oh well, I didn't. No, I didn't catch that. Can't. No, I didn't. And bounce Cletus. Get rid of that clown, please. I use a rotary tool with 1-inch wheels. Boy, I wasn't able to get it. I got to try and find this guy and order through the mail. I don't know what his last name is. It's Rezard something. He's like one of the premier fire agate cutters in the world right now. That takes an administrator. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to make the administrator for a while. And then when you're done making some subforums, make everything, all the things I have listed, make them into subforums, please. And then whatever you want to put in. But I've seen too many times when things get taken over by people that are on the same level with permissions as the forum owner. So yeah, I'll raise you the administrator for a while, and then I'll remove you from that group. But don't get too focused, because I'm going to need you here to holler at to delete shit. I have no controls. I have no idea why. Go for what you know, man. Actually, my lungs. I don't smoke a lot. I don't smoke deeply, and I exercise my lungs a lot. I walk a lot with heavy loads. and I'm playing horns. You know, when I was younger, I was playing a horn 8, 10 hours a day. I still play it an hour or two several days a week, um, at least. You know, I'm busting. You know, I'm getting in at least 5 busting sessions in a good week, and that's, you know, an hour or two at least. Thank you, Kenny. Um, right now, I'm only taking a few puffs at a time and then putting it down. You notice I picked up a half one that was just partly burned, and I'm only going to burn a little bit of it now. But anyway, to get back to the polishing, um, I use 1-inch wheels on a rotary tool with an 1/8 inch shank, and I use a and I want to get away from it. It's real sloppy and it messes up the stones. I'm using well, thank you. I'm way overweight and I'm out of shape. I have not been working out in 20 years. I was, you know, very fit for most of my life. I was a chubby little kid, and I took a lot of shit because I was way too femmy, physically, and uh, I grew a beard, and I was a fit young man. And then I got older, and I had a near fatal accident, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to fake it my whole life, and I was through. And I've been living authentically, according to my inner being, for since April Fool's Day 2014. Um, but thank you for the compliment, for sure. Uh, so what I'm using to polish with is a graduated diamond paste, but it's real sloppy because it's oil based, and I want to move to a water based polish. And this Rezard fellow was showing something at the show, but I couldn't afford to buy it because my show got wrecked. Um, that was water based and a much simpler, you know, one stage. It's 3 steps, but you didn't have to polish the first 2 steps. It's just a coarse sand and fine sand, and then the final polish. And it's like, wow, look at that. And it very short, no cleanup of the goo afterward. So we'll take a quick peek at let's see what's first. Let's happen. See what's happening in where things are. I might have. Yeah, this one's toxic. Here goes a preemptive block on something called on a Zionist. So I don't even need to see that shit. Her talking to somebody else. I don't even want to bother with that. Yeah, I'm just not even going to respond to the Zionists anymore. No, they get one truth bombing, and if they're persistent being stupid, mean and stupid, I'm gone. They're gone. Block. Goodbye. I'm probably gonna shut down because my I get let me I'm gonna check the pollen count because I'm way stuffed up. Oh, where is it? Oh, it's up a little bit. It's up considerably. It's in the medium range. It's been low and it's starting to rise. Well, it's gonna uh, see how the particulates are. Those get me more. Um, and this is a very slow site, and we're gonna close it all up now. We'll find a different one. Yeah, weather.com has better allergy tracker for today. Unless tree pollen is low, grass pollen, yeah, but cactus pollen. What about cactus pollen? That's Tucson. It doesn't. Outdoor mold spore level is low. They don't cactus pollen. This is Tucson. They're not including cactus pollen. It's getting time for cactus to start blooming soon. Uh, Let me see. And it doesn't say anything about particulates. This one doesn't cover particulates. I know there's a site that covers particulates. Dust. Dust gets me real bad. There's times when it'll just close my throat right off. Okay, that's what it is. Air Now. Airnow.gov. Current conditions are good. 39. Particles is low. Mm. What are you trying to show me, Hotmail? I don't see anything new there. Okay, nothing there. I can't afford that. The vaping. They want $40 for a decent piece, and the shit's put in it's $50 a gram. Fuck that. I get the budget, but sometimes when I'm lucky, I don't have to pay any money for it either. Like this. Uh, some of my friends, three of my friends are on the set. Cool, cool. Three of the staunch men of the Palestinian supporters are on the set. None of them Palestinian. Um, let's see if any of the Palestinians are being beleaguered by stupid Zionists. Mostly, it seems like Greyhawk is getting it into a Pizzagate Libya, and Bob Garba. I blocked both of them. It's just like, no, I ain't gonna deal with them guys. I just, oh, now we got. Oh, I haven't blocked this Gary Katz clown yet. Well, sure. So I'm gonna go take a look, see what Kenny's up to. Oh, that's delete that. Oh, geez, there's just a ton of these. delete. Kenny, now make another one that says promote your music. Share, promote your music. I want to keep that separate from just shit people like, stuff that people produce. That's part of what I'm doing here. I got a bunch of partners that I make music. You know, we're working at Ariana and I are working on a CD for me. And you know, she's Found Objects of Desire, and I'm Tommy Tudor. And we're working on a CD, and we're going to be, you know, I'm going to be sharing here with links to places where it can be bought. Get papers. Mm. And we don't need that one anymore. I'm not going to say what I'm doing right now. I'm preparing a posting with some videos in it. But I'm not saying any more than that about it. What do we want? That's what we want right here. I can't, never mind, I'm not going to say. All right, happy day. Yeah, uh-huh. He's using proxy generator. Bon appetit, man. Thank you. Um, yeah, I'm making a thread right now in there with a bunch of videos on it. Okay, I guess I'll tell what I'm doing. Cause let's see, in a minute, let me see what's the next one. Oh, well, that's right. Two of them are definitely not from then. Wonder what the third one is. What was the third one? Um, oh yeah, what was the third one? What did I put in the third one? Hmm. Oh, I remember now. Sure, I think it was. Yeah, three of them. Uh, if it wasn't 1972, it was close. Um, I'm making a thread with a poll. Yeah, no, it's 1971. This was our favorite. I'm making a poll, a thread with a poll. Your five favorite albums. I want people to post their five favorite albums, videos of their five favorite albums. Well, and I don't really have a particular order, but I guess Nielsen Schmilson, you know, when I think about it, is the one that really, that one play. Nah, I don't know. Well, yeah, Nielsen Schmilson is one that my friends and I played together a lot. The other two I listen more to alone. Um, and then two of them, you know, it's Nielsen, and this is no particular order. These are the albums that I always like when I feel like listening to something that I love and a lot. It's one of these five usually, or something like really, um, you know, an important classical work. I'll listen to um, Beethoven's Ninth and uh, a lot of different Beethoven, a lot of different Mozart and Bach, all of that, all the time when I feel like just getting away from the popular music stream. And one of these albums is Nielsen Schmielsen. They only come out at night by Edgar Winter, and Trilogy, Emerson, Lake and Palmer Trilogy. And then two jazz albums, Dave Brubeck's Time Out, which is the one that's got Take Five on it, and Miles Davis, Kind of Blue, which is like him and John Coltrane just playing some of the most beautiful jazz that anybody ever did, and several others, but it's like Kind of Blue. That's what I'm doing right now, and I'm almost done. I just got a couple of the jazz ones to do. I think I got three of them in there. Two. Now, which ones are they? Oh shit. This trilogy is the one I don't have yet. Oh, that's the one I do have. So, so it would be Nielsen Schmelzen's the one I don't have. We used to take when it was time to buy a new set of speakers. We'd bust out the Nielsen Schmielsen on the on the stereos at the stereo store to test the bass. Kind of Blue is from 1959.
Let's navigate the trade wheel.
And I think Take Five is from earlier than that. No, it's also from 1959, which is about when I started to listen to music on the radio. My parents played a lot of jazz, so and I know the Take Five. Boy, that was the most popular jazz tune of all time. The Channel 9 played it for their late night movie. That was the background music for the intro on Channel 9's movie. So that was a tune that I've been listening to since I was a little kid. Whoops. Where's the fifth one? You can only get five in there, four in there? Shit. One, two, three, four. That's only four extra put in there. I forgot to put the last one in. Good work, kid. Okay, that's fucked up. There you go. Alrighty, that's done. Who's here? What are we talking about? Nothing. Back to Twitter. Oh, it's Greyhawk's mixing it up with Julianne Twitt. Oh, geez, are we? It's like something stronger. they're trying to say that Robert Mueller was like some Nazi guy named Mueller, so a high-ranking Nazi guy named Mueller's son. And I think the guy was dead before Mueller was born, but not that long before. But Mueller's father and mother's names are on record, and they're not the Nazi guy. All right, how many retweets have I got from this one? Let's see how much. Cool. This guy somebody just retweeted something of mine to 3,000 of his followers. I got 6 retweets on this thing already. That's from this morning. Yeah, this was from actually is from this afternoon. The God of my ancestors roars not in my name when he views raw footage of the Zionist project's atrocious behavior in occupied Palestine. Zionism is not Judaism. It is National Socialism for gullible Jews. According to Hebrew law, there must be equality for all in free Palestine. And then there's a picture of Bibi with his skull cut open, a big soft turd in it with an Israeli flag stuck in it. I got 6 retweets, and then let's see who's been retweeting it. This guy had 1,800 followers. No, this is a woman with 1,800 followers. Pataphysician, Flanus, keep left. Probably a French woman. The French poker, Roger the Dodger, because this is a follower of me. Is this woman following me? No. But she's, and then Roger the Dodger follows me. I'm following him back. Yeah, he's got 3,000 followers. And we have Queen follows me. She's got 1,300. And U.S. government ignorance got 2,500 followers. Yippee. This is someone with not too many. Not a whole lot. 139. And then here's one with 1,400. And this is one of my buddies. This one's 2,600. You know, she doesn't. This one's a French lady who's real sweet. She's been following me for a while. I'm following her. He don't have many. I'm up to 65 followers in just a couple of weeks. One of my friends in the DM group thinks he got one of the notorious thinks he got one of the notorious Zionists suspended. This guy's like just, and this guy's really toxic too. The dude who thinks he got suspended. Okay, so well, I've been on here for 3 hours, and I got kind of a scratchy throat. And nobody's really talking much, and I'd rather like be posting it at my forum right now, or than sitting here just talking shit. So thanks for watching. Happy day. Bye.